Hello. A lot of people don't understand why we supported Peter Obi and why we still support Peter Obi. You see, some time ago I said to understand the support Peter Obi has, you must take Peter Obi out of whatever language that he speaks. You must not look at Peter Obi as an Igbo man. You must not look at Peter Obi as a Christian. You must not look at Peter Obi as a Southeasterner or whatever. Imagine Peter Obi is a silhouette. Some people will say a silhouette. Imagine Peter Obi to be a silhouette. What would you say about him? Now, part of the reason why we supported Peter Obi was because over time we have had politicians who have nonetheless displayed themselves as thieves and criminals. Politicians who have no single iota of remorse and empathy for the people of Nigeria. Politicians who will steal and virtually pilfer the coffers of our collective patrimony to render us far more impoverished than even when we consider them as leaders of this country. There was a time we bought fuel at 40 naira, 50 naira, 60 naira. Today we are buying fuel at 600 plus naira. And there is no promise that fuel will even become cheaper than how we are buying it today. We were told that the problem of the fuel sector was the payment of subsidy, and Nigeria had a collective agreement that subsidy should be reduced. Today subsidy is reduced. The economic effect has boomeranged on price of commodities such that people are now trekking and price of commodities have shot very high. Yet, we are still having wins that subsidy is still being paid even after, plummeting our purchasing power to almost next than nothing. So, why exactly are we supporting Peter Obi? These old criminals that have had opportunities of leadership position have done nothing but to turn states' assets into money-making machine for their own personal benefit and their close relatives. Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, and what did he do? Rather, he turned Lagos State as a company that produces money for himself and his immediate family, and a few crumbs for his supporters, otherwise known as Emiloko. Atiku, well, that's not a far-fetched story. One who virtually sold all Nigerian assets and converted those monies to his personal use. After all, how would you explain a mere custom officer, a retired custom officer, now, spending dollars like he manufactures, like he's an American printing press that prints dollars? But we supported Peter Obi because of his frugality. Perhaps let me rephrase the word. Peter Obi was more or less like somebody we felt can cut the excesses of governance. And with Tinubu's emergence, it didn't appear as if the excesses have stopped. We are talking about, we are hearing that every senator we had drive an SUV, Toyota Jeep, the excesses can't just stop. Peter Obi once told us that if he paid, that was then when Naira still has value, that there's a place you can go, he will pay 30,000 Naira, and a place that he will pay 250,000 Naira. That if he sleeps in a place where he pays 250,000 naira, he won't sleep. And that's Peter Obi for you. The idea that somebody has a relationship with prudence, that's just it. It's not about Peter Obi being Igbo. It's not about power coming to the Igbo. It's not about power coming to the southeast. It's not about power coming to the south. It's about prudence in governance. That's the edge that Peter Obi has that made a lot of people love him. So for those Yoruba tribal jingoists, tribal bigots, that believe everything is about Yoruba, 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 that for now, in the internet space, these people have turned to be the most irritating sets of human beings that have confronted me in recent times. I mean, how can you see somebody you thought should be rational in his thinking based on his intellectual exploits, yet will bathe in the pool of this tribal retrogression, this tribal biases? How do you see somebody to... I keep saying the same thing. Excuse me. The same way I said, let us look at Peter Obi as a silhouette. As a silhouette. So, like I said, some of them will say silhouette. Let us look at Peter Obi as a silhouette. And let us look at Tinubu as a silhouette. Assuming Tinubu is not a Yoruba man. In fact, he's not from anywhere. He's not from Southwest. He's not from Southeast. With all these controversies around him, will you still support him? A man that you virtually does not know his parents. You don't know his brothers. You don't know his mother. You don't know his father. You don't know... There's nothing about him. Because his previous identity was shrouded with criminality. And therefore, there was a need to assume another identity. And with that identity, he used whatever wealth he got with his previous identity and gave it a new identity. Now he's using the wealth of his criminal past to attain where he is today. And now he's the president of this country. And for you who are caught in the web of these tribal biases, cannot see beyond your vain, mundane tribal proclivities to see the truth that we have a criminal as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Can it be worse than this? Special thanks to Yorubas who have seen beyond this hydra-headed tribal affinity that causes great bias to the expense of development of Nigeria. I want to say special thanks to Dele Farotimi, special thanks to the former president of this country, Obasanjo, special thanks to Apa Adebanjo, special thanks to all the rational Yoruba people that have looked beyond this useless tribal affinity and to look at the greater good of Nigeria and say, look, it doesn't matter whether this man is my tribal man, he's done bad and he should not be the leader of this country. Special thanks and special blessings to all of you. But the truth is that among the sets that we have, let's try Peter Obi. Let's try him. I have no special interest in that, in the Igbos. To hell with them if need be. I'm concerned about a better Nigeria. And if God decides to bring somebody from the Igbo race to save this country, so be well. At the end of the day, it is the interest of Nigeria that is far most paramount, and not all these baseless tribal affinities that we've all chosen sides, as if, hey, I'm from Man United, no, I'm from Chelsea, no, I'm from Man City. That's not how Nigeria is crumbling, and we live in it. If Nigeria is crumbling and we are in it, then we are all crumbling. So I seriously think and believe that the first solution to Nigeria is that we all come out of this cocoon we call tribalism and religious bigotry. That will be the first way to solve the problem of Nigeria. Please, let Nigeria be first in your mind, and let's work to fight and save it. My name is Magnus Oraka, and I say please follow this page and share this post now.